Planning to transmit to your website also? You want me to post it or?
No, it will come up. Sejal will do it. અત્યારે ત્યાં કેટલા થયા હશે? Okay. You can post it in Paraprajna US group. But it won't. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमतः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. See, the entire prayer is there in your handout which is given to you. The entire prayer is there. So you can look into that when we are doing this, if you don't know it by heart. So the topic for discussion this 2 days is Tat Tvam Asi. This is the statement from Chandogya Upanisad. And to be precise, from the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Tat Tvam Asi. These are 3 words which mean that you are. Tat means that, Tvam means you, and Asi is a verb of being, which shows that you are that you are. What is the meaning of this that? You are that. What is the meaning of this that? Scriptures say that means whatever you are trying to become, whatever you are desiring, whatever you are seeking in life, whatever you want to become, all that you already are. This is the big statement, very big statement made by the Shruti. We cannot even imagine that this can be true, that I am already what I want to become, what I desire. I am everything, the whole, WHOLE, I am everything. When we hear this and when we understand the import of this, we cannot even believe this. Can this be true? Am I dreaming? Sometimes, we go through a very good dream. We experience something heavenly. And we wake up and we try to check whether this is true or not. Similarly, this statement is something like that. It says you are everything. And whole of my life, I am constantly trying to become something, trying to become bigger and better than what I find myself to be. I constantly find myself to be limited, inadequate, empty, limited in so many ways, limited by time, limited by space, limited by objectivity, so many things. And here, Shruti comes and says that you are everything. This is just out of this world. There cannot be any statement like this. And let me tell you, only and only Shruti can say this. Shruti means Upanishads. Nobody but Upanishads or Shruti can arrive at this. I cannot arrive at this statement by myself. Only Shruti is authorized for this. Why? Precisely because Shruti is pramanam. Shruti is pramanam. Pramanam means valid source of knowledge. For everything, there is a valid source of knowledge. Say this is red color. How do I say this? How do I say this? That this is red and not blue, not yellow, not green. How do I say this? With the help of what? Eyes. Eyes are the pramanam, the means of knowledge as far as the color is concerned. Only eyes can say that this is red. Do I need to verify this with ears? No, let me check. Let me ask my ears whether this is red or not. Let me ask the sense of smell whether this is red or not. Do we do that? No. Why? Because eyes are the pramanam. This is what pramanam is. Eyes are pramanam for this color. Ears are pramanam for sound. Nose is pramanam for smell. Similarly, as far as the truth is concerned, as far as the reality is concerned, the absolute truth is concerned, what is the pramanam? See, this understanding of pramanam is very important. Otherwise, we will doubt. So, we have to understand this very well. That pramanam means a valid source of knowledge. So, as far as my truth is concerned, my reality is concerned, what is the pramanam? Shruti. Upanishads are the pramanam. Yes. And it is something pramanantara anadhigatam. You cannot come to know by any other pramanam. The uniqueness of the pramanam is that it says something which so far I have never come across. So far, I never got a chance to even hear about this. And this is what something Shruti says. But apurvata, means uniqueness of the pramanam, is this, that had I known that I am already full or I am limited, then what has Shruti to say about it? What has Upanishad something new to give me? If I think that I am limited, and even Shruti says that you are limited. You are a limited jiva. You are a limited individual. This is what I believe about myself. And if the same thing, Upanishads also has to convey, yes, you are limited. Everybody is different. Everybody is time-bound, space-bound. Then what is Shruti? Something new and apurva, unique to give? Nothing. So, it may sound incredible that how can this be true? But as I said, it is Pramanam is saying, not an individual brain. This has not come from the brain, from the intellect of a human being. This is coming from Pramanam. Pramanam is Isvara. Shrutis, Upanishads are nothing but the out-breath of Isvara. Asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam yadetad rugvedaha yajurvedaha. All the Vedas are considered to be Pramanam, and they are nothing but out-breath of Isvara, which means that it is spontaneously given by Isvara. And rishis caught it. Rishis, sages, had that kind of antakaranam, pure and totally tuned up with Isvara, totally tuned with the truth, and so they could catch this. They could grasp this. When your antakarana, the instrument, is not pure enough, then it will not be able to grasp this. Sages, our rishis, were of that stature. They were all one with the truth. And in that state of mind, they could grasp, they could catch this subtle truth. But again, the source is what? Nothing but Isvara. Source of this is nothing but the truth itself. Truth itself declaring itself. Isvara himself declaring this. Declaring means it is there. This truth is there. Never created. It is always there. Sages could catch this. That is why rishis are called mantra drashtaraha. They are called mantra drashtaraha. They saw. Natu kartaraha. They did not bring this out from their intellect. They did not sit down and write this. Now let me write. When we write, it comes from our brain, from our intellect. Sometimes intuition is also there, but we ourselves write we try to bring it out from our brain. These things, Shruti, Upanishads, are not authored, are not written by any human beings. They are, as I said, nothing but the outbreath of Isvara. Very, very easily, spontaneously it has come. And that is why they are called Pramanam, the valid source of knowledge. So, this is coming from them, that you are everything, you are full. I cannot stumble upon this on my own. I cannot arrive at this knowledge on my own, sitting under some tree, and suddenly I came to know that I am nothing but everything. I am nothing but whole. This doesn't happen. This comes only and only Shruti is authorized to say this. And we have to give benefit of doubt to this pending discovery. Today, it may be hard to believe this, but We will not throw this away as blabbering of the Shruti. No. We give, if we have that respect, if we have that Shraddha, then pending discovery, we will try to go ahead with this. That yes, Shruti says. So let me understand. And let me understand it in the manner in which Shruti, Upanishads are unfolding this. So this will be very well, systematically, methodically unfolded by the Shruti herself. In the manner in which we will understand. So Shruti doesn't say that believe it. I'm saying that you are whole. Don't question. No more questions. Don't question this. Just accept it. No. It is not something like that. Shruti explains. Shruti comes down to us, to our level, explains it to us with reasoning also. And it is the anubhava, experience of wise man also. It is not something which people, some wise men even experience this. And for them, this is the reality. What is the reality? That I, which I take myself to be, which I take as limited individual, whose boundary is only this body. My boundary ends here. To that individual, Shruti is saying, you are everything. The entire creation. What has come, what can come, and what is. Everything is nothing but you. So that you are. This Shruti, this is the declaration of the Shruti. Now, then we have to, as I said, that only this is Pramanam can only say this. See, we always wait for miracles to happen in life. We are very fascinated with miracles. And we all want to know about it. Let me tell you, this is the biggest miracle of life. That I am told that you are nothing but the whole. This is the miracle. I never dreamt of this. I never imagined that this can be true. I'll just tell you a small incident of Swami V. When he went for the course in Sandipani Ashram to study all this, to study Vedanta, he went there. And he said that on the third day of the course, a miracle happened in my life. What was that miracle? Puja Swamiji, that is Swami Dayanandji Maharaj, who was the teacher and teaching Vedanta, he said, you are everything. You are already here and now. What you want to become, what you are desiring, what you are seeking. The seeker himself is the sought. You don't have to become. You don't have to attain. You don't have to reach. You don't have to bend, or you don't have to transform. Nothing. It is just recognition of what is. Understand? Recognition of what is. What obtains here and now at this moment. Just recognize that. So Swamiji says, when I heard this, it was a miracle. Oh my God, I don't have to do anything. The goal, you mean to say, the goal is already achieved? The goal, you mean to say, is already achieved without my having to do anything? I thought that after doing so much sadhana, becoming an engineer, earning so much, and having a family, and this and that, and whole of our life, we try to do all this. And then, at the end of it, or when we achieve all this, we feel, yes, now I have got something. But again, after some time, we are saying back to square one. Again, we try to struggle. But Swamiji says, when I heard this, It was a miracle. And Pujya Swamiji said that today, on the first day of the course, Swami Dayanandji said, I'm saying you what? That you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. I'm telling you, you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. That you are. And remember, in all the days of the course, that is till the end, I'll keep on saying only this statement. That you are that. You are that. This is going to be the subject matter of the entire course. What will be that? You are that. But Swamiji said we never got tired of listening to this. We never got tired. It remained ever fresh, ever interesting, ever amazing, ever inspiring. Why? Because, it is about myself. And here what is Shruti coming in? You are already fine. You are already beautiful. It is like seeing in the mirror. How we love to see in the mirror. Early morning we get up and look at the mirror. Then again after every half an hour, wherever there is any shining surface, we will look into it. Why? Because this love for myself is there. And when it is said that you are beautiful, world doesn't say this to us. People don't say this to us, that you are beautiful, you are fine. On the contrary, they always pinpoint our limitations. Whereas here, Shruti, like a mother, comes and says, you are already beautiful. You don't have to become. Yes, but which you? Not the one which I thought I was. I thought, see, my understanding, my perception of myself was that I am a woman, man, limited, having some capacities, talents, yes, but still lot to achieve. And lot to gain, lot to become. In fact, the more we gain, the more we want to gain. There is never an end to this. So it says a big thing that there seems to be nothing at all which satisfies me. But here the Shruti makes this statement that you are already beautiful, fine, full, complete, adequate, limitless. Difficult to believe, difficult to swallow, but it is true. And we have to understand this. This statement needs understanding. Each of these three words, you, what does this you mean? That you are. What does that mean? What does you mean? Which means I. What is the meaning of I? And what is the meaning of are? So all the three padas, tat pada, that means tat pada, that means Isvara, means everything. That also has to be understood. What I mean by I, that also needs to be understood. And are is, as I said, is a verb of being. You are. Shruti doesn't say you will become or you were. No, this statement is totally unambiguous. It leaves no doubt about its clarity that I am that. But, and you must have heard about this any number of times. Any number of times, so whenever you hear about Vedanta, you hear this statement. Because Vedanta is nothing more than this statement. The entire Vedanta, all the Upanishads, 108 are supposed to be there. Earlier there were many. So many are lost. But they say there are 108 Upanishads, small and big, all total. All of them have nothing but this to say, in different words. This is the only purport, only theme, the quintessence of Vedanta is only this. Vedanta has nothing more to give. This is the principal teaching. but given in different ways. And why is there the need to say this in different ways? Precisely because we entertain different notions about ourselves. There are so many notions and complexes in us. And this has been going on since immemorial time. No? Since beginningless time, this has been going on. Because ignorance has always been there. Just imagine, we are ignorant of who we are. Not an ordinary thing. Not an ordinary thing at all. That today, unless pointed out, I don't know who I am. What a pity. If I don't know what this is, it's understandable. What is there on Mars, Pluto? I may not know all this. That's okay. But not to know as to who I am, what is my reality, it's a big thing. And this has been going on, as I said, beginningless time. The problem in life is this, that not only do I not know myself correctly, not only do I not know myself, but I know myself wrongly. Viparita jnana. I don't know who I am, but I take myself to be something which I am not. We take this body as I, which body is not I. Vital as prana, I am not. Mind, I am not. Sense organs, I am not. Mind, I am not. Intellect, I am not. And yet, this entire complex is taken as I. My I sense is put in this body, which is really something which I objectify. Body and the entire complex is something which I objectify. Just as I objectify this, I see this. Objectify means I see this. I am aware of this. I am the seer and this is seen. Are the seer and seen one? Seer, drashta, is always different from the drishya. Seer is always different from the seen. Just as I see this and I am not this, I know this. I need not be instructed about this. But when it comes to this body, then what happens? Even though I see it, even though I feel it, what do I say? I am this. I am the body. I am woman. So what have we done? Do you realize? We have mixed what? You and I. Object and subject. Body is object, I am subject. Both these are mixed in our understanding. It cannot be really mixed, but in my understanding, in my perception, today I have mixed up what? I and you. Yushmat, this is how the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Adhyasa Bhashya begins. Shankaracharya Ji Maharaj, before writing his commentary upon Brahma Sutra, he began with this. Why? To show that there is a mistake in life, a very big mistake. What mistake? Not an ordinary mistake. We don't take things which are outside as I. But this has happened in life. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho. That which is you, that which is I are mixed up. This is inert, body is inert, pranas are inert, jadam. The entire complex is inert. And I am consciousness. What have I done? I have mixed this together. Jada and Chetana. And then the Granthi, the complex has arisen. I am the body. What has arisen? I am the body. With I, what have I attached? Body. With I, what am I attaching? I am thirsty. I am hungry. Hunger is there in the pranas. Thirst is there in the pranas because of prana. I am not able to breathe properly today. There is something wrong with my respiratory system. There is something wrong where? In the pranas, in the respiratory system. I see that, I know that, and again, in spite of all this, I make the conclusion that I am not breathing properly. I have the problem. Problem is elsewhere, but I bring it together with I. So this is how, with I attach the body and say, I am body. I am 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall, with this much weight, woman, man, child, old man. With I have attached. Similarly, the qualities of prana, I attach. Then the qualities of mind also. What? In the mind there may be thought of anger. There is the thought of anger. And what do I say? I am angry. I am angry. Please keep away from me. Please meet me after some time. I am not in mood. I am not in mood. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. When I say this, what am I doing? I am attaching, judging myself with respect to what? Mind. And the modifications of the mind, the thoughts going on in the mind, the emotions arising in the mind. I attach myself with that. I am is okay. But what do I say? I am angry. With I am, I also placed anger. Where is that anger really? In the mind. But I say I am angry. So in this manner, I do not know myself. Not only I do not know myself, but I know myself wrongly. I don't know who I am, but I have superimposed the qualifications of the entire complex, that is body, mind, intellect, vital air, sense organs complex, upon I. And that is why, in spite of hearing this a number of times, that you are that, but the notions that are born of ignorance for so long time are so deeply embedded. They've become today part of me that it is difficult to remove them. And in spite of hearing this, if we don't work upon this, if we don't give time to this, then I continue to know myself with respect to the body. So it's not enough that we merely hear this. We should, because it is only during Shravanam, that you come to know this. What is Shravanam? Tatparya Nirnayaha. What is the Tatparya? What is the theme? What is the teaching? What is the purport of the Shruti? That you come to know during Shravanam. That is why keep doing that, and then you reflect upon that, and then you do Nididhyasanam, that is, meditate upon that. These are the three means. When you listen, Shravanam, then all the wrong notions drop off. You may not have understood clearly, so reflect, that is Mananam. And in spite of doing all this, still the wrong habits continue to remain there. So remove that by all the habitual errors, remove that by Nididhyasanam. This is the means. Paunaf punyena shravanam kuryat. So this has to be done again and again and again and again. Until I don't have to do it. Until there is no need to do it. When will there be no need to do it? When it becomes spontaneous. Without giving a thought, what will be my understanding? I am fine, I am full, I am Brahman, I am everything. There is no duality at all. Names and forms are there, but the conclusion that they are different, I am different, world is different, Isvara is different, Brahman is different, that will go away. Until then, this has to be done. So Brahma, Atma is Satyam, Ahankara is Mithya. Atma is Satyam. But again, the place where Atma is today, who is again claiming the place? Who is trying to say, I am real? Ahankara, ego. What is ego? Ego is nothing but Atma identifying with this body. Mind, intellect, complex. Atma, understand, the self identifying with this body and saying, I am the body, is ego. In reality, it is nothing but Brahman, the self. This has to be understood, clearly understood. And remember, this is the only panacea to all our problems. Nothing but this. We are unhappy, struggling, grief-stricken. Take ourselves to be sad. Nothing goes properly in my life. There is no other solution. This is the fundamental problem. Unless and until we come to know this and abide in this spontaneously. Abiding in this spontaneously is the name of the game. Till then, this should be continued. Till then, there is no end to these problems. And understand, if we don't do this, then again those tendencies and notions born of ignorance will take over us. So, this is true, but we have to own it up. We have to own it up. We have to make it a reality. And that is what Upanishad wants us to do. That is why we have to clearly understand this statement as Shruti wants us to understand. Shruti has given long time in unfolding this one statement in Chandogya Upanishad. So, we will try to understand this statement as the manner in which Shruti has, Chandogya Upanishad has done it. Now, let us come to the Upanishad where this is found. As I said, this statement is found in the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Now see, all the Vedas have Upanishads in them. You must be knowing this just for your information. I am sure you know this. Vedas are broadly divided into 4 sections. Which are they? One is Samhita, other is Brahmana, third is Aranyaka, and fourth is Upanishad. These are the roughly 4 divisions of the Vedas. And in all the Vedas, in the Upanishad section, you will find Upanishads. Sometimes you find it in Samhita section also. Sometimes you find it in Brahmana section also. So like that can happen. But generally speaking, these are the 4 sections. Samhita and Brahmana sections pertain to, Samhita has mantras. All the mantras are found in Samhita section, mainly speaking. In Brahmana section, Brahmana is the prose section. There you find rituals, more rituals and all of that. Generally speaking, this is not hard and fast thing in the Upanishad, in the Vedas. But that is found in the Brahmana, all the rituals needed for a Gruhastha, for Nitya Naimittika Karma. The rituals which are required are found in the Brahmana section. Then in the Aranyaka, you find upasanas. So many upasanas, meditations, Saguna Brahma. Meditations pertaining to Saguna Brahma, Isvara, are given in the Aranyaka section. And in Upanishad section, you find this Upanishads. What? Vedanta, which means the purport of the Vedas. Vedanam, in the Vedas, at the end also Upanishads are found. That is why also it is called Vedanta. Plus, Antaha means the main purport. So the main theme of the entire Vedas are found at the end, are found in the Upanishads. So this is the rough division. And we can say that a brahmachari learns all of this, learns the entire Veda. He memorizes them. When he goes to Gurukulam, he memorizes. The teacher teaches him the entire Veda. He memorizes. Plus he knows the meaning also. But he doesn't dwell, too much of attention is not given to that. So this is what he learns. For a Gruhastha, what is important is Samhita section and Brahmana section. For a Vanaprastha, what is important is Aranyaka section. And for a Sannyasi, what is important is the Upanishad section. So, in all the Vedas, Upanishads are found. To give you an instance, say there is this Rigveda, which is the Upanishad, prominent Upanishad found in Rigveda. It is Aitareya Upanishad. Just giving you some general information. Then we go to Samaveda, which are the two prominent Upanishads found in Samaveda. There are 4 Vedas: Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharva Veda. Earlier it was one body. But Veda Vyasji, we are indebted to him. He classified all this and gave us, edited them, classified and gave us the 4. So, in coming to now Samaveda, Rigveda we have seen. Then Samaveda, which are the 2 prominent Upanishads found in Samaveda? One is our Chandogya, and other one is Kenopanishad. Kenopanishad and Chandogya are found in Samaveda. And again, let me tell you, some Upanishads are called Mantropanishad. Mantras have little more profundity. And Brahmana is exposition upon that. So, Kenopanishad is supposed to be Mantropanishad, and Chandogya is supposed to be Brahmana Upanishad, which means it elaborates, it expands upon the mantra. So, Kena is mantra, and it is expanded, elaborated in Chandogya Upanishad. So, this is Samaveda. Then coming to Yajurveda, which are the important Upanishads found there. In Yajurveda, again, there are 2 branches. 2 branches are there. One is Shukla, other one is Krishna. Shukla means white Yajurveda. In English, you translate it that way. Otherwise, Krishna means black and Shukla means white. In Krishna Yajurveda, which Upanishads? Taittiriya and Kathopanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad and Kathopanishad is found in Krishna Yajurveda. And it is very, very important or more used in South, in India, in South. Then Shukla Yajurveda. Which are the Upanishads in Shukla Yajurveda? Isha and Brihadaranyaka. Isha Upanishad and Ishavasya and Brihadaranyaka. Again, there, Isha is Mantropanishad. And Brihadaranyaka is Brahmana Upanishad. Isha is mantra, and it is found in the Samhita section. Again, in Samhita section of Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, it is found. And Brihadaranyaka it consists of only 18 mantras. And it is expounded, elaborated in Brihadaranyaka, which is voluminous, the biggest of the Upanishads. Then we come to Atharva Veda, which are the main Upanishads. Four Upanishads which we'll teach are found in Atharva Veda. Which are they? Mundak, Prashna, Mandukya, and Kaivalya. Mundak, Prashna, Mandukya, and Kaivalya. Kaivalya Upanishad. These four Upanishads are found in Atharva Veda. Just for your general information, I am saying. Then we come back to our Chandogya Upanishad. As I said, it is found in Samaveda. They say that Chanda means the one who sings Sama are called Chandogaha. Those who sing Samaveda is very musical. Samaveda, in that you find mantras which are highly musical, they have that kind of quality. So I'll explain to you. So the mantras of the Samaveda are sung, and those who sing them are called Chandogaha. Those who sing the mantras of the Samaveda are called Chandogaha. So Chandogya Upanishad means it belongs to the followers of the Chandoganam Upanishad iti Chandogya. Those who sing the Samavedas are called Chandogaha. So this is the Upanishad belonging to those who sing the Samaveda. Just for your information, I am saying. Now, just to give you one more information, that you may have seen certain rituals being performed. In rituals, you find that there are four. In a typical Vedic ritual, yajna, which is homa, when it is going on, you will find four priests. Four priests will be there. In them, one of them is the priest. The priests are also from the four Vedas. The priest from Rigveda is called Hota. What is he called? Hota. Hota means the one who invokes the Devata. Yajna is there, fire is there, now you invoke the Devata. Which priest will invoke the Devata? The priest of the Rigveda. He will invoke, and he is called Hota. Then there is this priest from the Yajurveda. What is he? Advaryu. You must have heard this second name, surname of some people, Advaryu. So that is the priest of Yajurveda. And what is his function? When the yajna is going on, when the homa is going on, what does he do? He offers the oblations. In the fire, you offer the oblations, different dravyas, ghee, etc., butter, etc. are offered. Whose task is this? Advaryu's task. Then the third one is the priest of Samaveda. Now Samaveda, as I said, what is very musical, and is set to notes, beautiful notes it is set. So the priest of the Samaveda is called Udgata. What is he called? Udgata. Udgata, and what is his function? What is his task? Devata is already invoked, oblations are already being offered, he praises. He now praises the Devatas, sings stuti, praising the Devata. So when the yajna is going on, at the end you will find, that the priest sings ha, woo, ha, and all that beautifully. So much of importance is given to each and every notes in a systematic manner. They sing, so pleasing to our ears also, even though we don't understand. So that is what the function of the priest of the Samaveda. Then which is left now? If you are with me, you will know. Which priest is left? Atharva Veda. Priest of Atharva Veda. What is his task? First of all, he is called Brahma. He is called Brahma. Priest of Atharva Veda. And what is his task? To supervise. to supervise everything that is going on. That may be needed, that may be needed. That is why sometimes they keep on saying Om, Om, Om. And inside they keep on talking and interacting regarding the yajna. Then he supervises and instructs. That is why he is Brahma and is the priest of the Atharva Veda. This is just for your general, because when these things go on, sometimes you don't know what is going on. Which priest is doing what? How are they connected with the Vedas? So, because Chandogas, the priests, those who recite Samaveda are called Chandoga. That is why I wanted to explain this. So this is the Upanishad coming from the Samaveda. And this Upanishad has 8 chapters. How many chapters are there? 8 chapters. But out of this 8, first 5 you find nothing but upasanas. In first 5 chapters, there is upasana. Why are upasanas needed? And beautiful upasanas are there. Shandilya upasana, Samvarga Vidya, Gayatri upasana, Omkara upasana, Prana upasana, Panchagni upasana, so many famous. All these are very, very famous upasanas. We may not be knowing about it, but those who are familiar, they know. Very famous upasanas. And what is the purpose of the upasana? A question may arise. Why does Brahma Vidya not come first? And why upasana? Because buddhi samadhanartha. So that by upasana, see, upasana also has a purpose to serve. When you are meditating upon Isvara, Saguna Brahma with qualifications, when you meditate, then you gain not only the grace of Isvara, but at the same time, Chitta Naishchalya, the focus of the mind. Upasana doesn't happen just like that. You have to meditate upon Isvara. And meditate in which way? Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha. Same chain of thoughts, same kind of thoughts has to follow. Other thoughts doesn't have to come. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or whatever is the subject of your meditation. So by doing that, what happens? Mind gets the capacity to focus. Mind gets capacity to concentrate. One very common complaint is, Swaminiji, we don't have that concentration. When we sit to do japa, mind doesn't remain. Mind doesn't remain on the object. Even while listening, see, all this is for Brahma Vidya. Chitta Naishchalya, the focus of the mind, the steadiness of the mind is the prerequisite for Brahma Vidya. If the mind cannot focus, if the mind has not become subtle by upasana, then that mind is not ready for Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is something very subtle, very gudaha. For that, you require a mind which is also very subtle. The means should be in keeping with what you want to know. This is the common principle. That the means of knowledge should be in keeping with what you want to know. Say, for instance, I want to see the stars and constellations in the sky. For that, what kind of glass will I require? Telescope. With this naked eyes, I will not be able to see. Appropriate means is required. For the pathologists, they require what? Different kind of glasses to be able to see the bacteria and all that. Similarly, for Brahma Vidya, which is very subtle, Atma has no form, no shape, no qualifications. And we are used to seeing, perceiving. That is not the method in the manner in which you can see Atma. So for Atma, you require a mind which is extremely subtle, focused, pure, transparent. And for that, Karma Yoga is also required and Upasana is also required. Karma Yoga removes gross impurities. Gross impurities from the mind are removed by Karma Yoga. All mala means raga, dvesha, kama, krodha. All this is removed by Karma Yoga. But still, one big obstacle is there. What? Vikshepa. Vikshepa means mind is still not ready to focus. Doesn't have that capacity to focus. Doesn't have the capacity to sustain itself. To remain with that object for a length of time. Even while we are listening, we get bored. We are not able to listen. Mind goes in this, that, everywhere. You may be sitting here. You may be looking at me, but thinking of something else. Quite possible, because for the mind to have focus, interest, concentration for such a subject is not that easy. So, Upanishads, Shruti, very systematically even recommends what? Upasanas. And that is why 5 chapters, not less than 5 chapters are given to Upasanas. Beautiful Upasanas. Then from 6th, 7th and 8th, 3 chapters of Chand, the first 5 belong to Upasanas, then last 3, 6th, 7th and 8th, you find Brahma Vidya in Chandogya Upanishad. And the most famous of the 3 chapters is what? The 6th chapter. 6th chapter is the dialogue between father and son. Father here is himself a rishi, a sage, and his name is Uddalaka. And his son is Svetaketu. And it is here that this teaching of Tat Tvam Asi, that you are, is imparted by Uddalaka to his son. So this comes here. Then there is that 7th chapter, which is again a dialogue, very famous dialogue, between whom? Narada and Sanat Kumara. These are all famous people, very famous people. Narada, we all know, Naradji. And who is the teacher? Narada is the student. Narada is the student over there. And who is the teacher? Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara are 4 children, 4 brothers, but wise man. So Sanat Kumara there is the teacher, and he teaches to Narada. And Narada is so well versed with the scriptures and bhakti and everything, but still he approaches Sanat Kumara saying what? That soham Bhagavan shochami. Such as I am, so learned, well versed with 64 branches of knowledge. Naradji was not an ordinary person. He was an expert in what? 64 branches of knowledge. And yet he comes and reports, approaches Sanat Kumara and says, I'm grieving. Shochami, I'm grieving. Grieving doesn't mean only crying. Grief represents everything. I'm depressed. I'm unhappy. I'm jealous. I'm angry. There is something missing in my life. All this is nothing but representative of grief. Such an Naradji experienced that, but at least he knew that there is what he lacks is knowledge. And so he goes to Sanat Kumara and asks for the knowledge. This is the subject matter of the 7th chapter. Then there is 8th chapter, which is also a dialogue between what? Between whom? Here the teacher is who? Prajapati, Brahmaji. He is the teacher. And the students are two students. One is Indra, the king of the Devatas, and other one is Virochana. Virochana is the king of the demons, of the Asuras. Both of them go to the teacher, Prajapati, to learn this. So that is the subject matter of the 8th chapter. But here we are going to study this Tat Tvam Asi, which occurs in the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. So this is just general information regarding this. Now, before we get into the Upanishad, one more thing I wanted to say is that this is the Chandogya Upanishad is the second biggest Upanishad. The first one is the biggest Upanishad, voluminous, is Brihadaranyaka, and second number is, it is equally big but little less than what? Second number is Chandogya Upanishad. These are the biggest Upanishads. To come to know this is not an ordinary thing. To get a chance to learn all this is nothing but result of our punya. Nothing but the result of some merits that we may have done in our lives. It is not with, thus don't think this is an accident. I happen to come and no. This is all nothing but literal grace of Isvara. That we get a chance to know about this life-changing statements. These are life-changing statements. That you are complete. Oh my God, just by knowing this, our samsara comes to an end. If we are receptive, if we are serious, then just by listening to this, samsara doesn't mean wife and children and husband and spouse and working. That is not samsara. Samsara is what, to take myself to be what I am not. Not to know myself, to take myself wrongly and take it to be real and constantly struggle to become, to achieve, to attain, to transform. This is samsara. And now if we give a thought to our life, what is our life? Constantly a life of becoming. Constantly, ceaselessly, I would say. We are trying nothing but trying to become, change, attain, move, transform, because we are not satisfied with anything. We may be satisfied with things temporarily. Temporarily, things do satisfy us. But very soon, they show their real face. They show that they declare, in fact, things declare I am incomplete. I am sorry, I don't have what you are seeking from me. Things, experiences, achievements, accomplishments, siddhis of life, so-called siddhis. What do they say? I am sorry, after some time, I am not able to fulfill you. So, to come to know that the siddhi of the siddhis, the real siddhi is lying right here, lying right with me. It is like the story of that 10th man. We all know this story, I'm sure. That there are 10 boys and they went for picnic. And one of them is appointed as monitor, leader of them. And the teacher of the school said, it is your duty to see to it that all the 10th return safe, all the 10 boys return safely. All of you return safely. And it is your duty to see that. And they all go for picnic. While coming back, now the leader or the monitor wants to verify whether 10 are safe or not. So he makes them all stand in line. Who? The leader. Makes all the boys stand in line. And now he counts. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What happened? Where is the 10th boy? He is now worried. What about the 10th boy? 10th boy is lost. What does he say? 10th boy is lost. He readjusts. You stand here, you stand that, changes the sequence and all that. Every time, the calculation ends where? 9, 9, 9. 10th is lost. And everybody goes in search of the 10th man. Then an old man happens to pass by. Seeing them so restless, he said, "What is the matter?" He said, "We were 10 and now 1 is lost. What will we tell to how will we face our teachers and parents?" Wise man just looked at them and he understood what was the problem. He said, "Don't worry." What did he say? Ma bhaishta. Don't worry. This is a big thing. When somebody don't worry, Vivek Chudamani says this, when the student approaches the teacher and the student is so grief-stricken, doesn't find anything in life, and he's tossed around in life. He goes to the teacher and says, "I'm your student." Teacher says, "Don't worry. There is no problem in life. I have a solution for..." Moment he says this much, the student feels relieved. "Oh my God, thank God I found some shelter and my problem is now going to come to an end." Similarly, in the same manner, this old man said, "Don't worry. 10th boy is found." The leader said, "How come? We have been counting and counting to no avail." He said, "All of you stand in line." The old man said, "All of you stand in line." And he counted. Says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you are the 10th. You are the 10th. That fellow missed calculating himself. Similarly, we look for happiness everywhere. We look for peace, satisfaction, fulfillment, adequacy everywhere. Except here. It never occurs. Here means not in the heart. In the heart you find something. No, not there. I means I. The core of my personality, my reality, that is what the truth is. I'm carrying the truth with me all the time. When I say I'm grieving, I'm angry, I'm jealous, I'm depressed, who is declaring this? Who is feeling this? Atma, fullness, is feeling this. What a tragedy. Once we don't know, life becomes tragedy. Once you don't know this much, life is nothing but tragedy. All the comedies are also nothing but tragedies. The so-called comedies are also nothing but tragedy if you don't know this much. If you don't know your reality, your truth, nothing but. So, it's not this is nothing but grace. That we get a chance to know ourselves. And that is why Kathopanishad says, Shravanayapi bahubhiryo na labhyah. Kathopanishad says, Shravanayapi bahubhiryah na labhyah. Even to hear this, majority does not get a chance to come across and hear this. If you hear something will go, something. And then someday the seed will sprout. Someday, if this is heard, casually also, supposing, you are all listening very seriously, but supposing, even if it is casual, someday there will be effect. So, this is the most important thing of our life. So, from the next class, we will begin. And first, we will do the prayer, the Shanti mantra of this Samaveda. Always, as I told you last time, we always chant a Shanti mantra before the Upanishad, learning of the Upanishad. And the Shanti mantra will be pertaining to that Veda where the Upanishad belongs. So this Upanishad, as I said, belongs to which Veda? Samaveda. So Shanti mantra of the Samaveda is given here. That we will briefly understand that and then proceed. Okay, so this is how from the next class, which is at 11, we will begin. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.